One Piece, chapter 1104. Let's fucking go.
Ready?
Get the bag, King Walker.
Let's go.
All right, the last chapter that we left off on, Papa Impact. I couldn't remember the name. I remember you guys, I told you guys they came up with a name in chat and Reddit and all that shit. Papa Impact. It's right there. Let's just get straight into it. Before he delivers the punch, this chapter picks up right where it left off, and he's in animation, ready mid-punch to go. And they do a little flashback, right, of all the shit that he's went through. And I thought that was cool. Now, obviously, in the anime, that's going to be a whole episode, but that's another issue. But that was pretty cool, though, right, to see all that. Finally, you get to the Papa Impact, and this man just straight shredded Saturn's face. Decked his ass, bro. Went flying through the city, breaking buildings. It looked like something out of Dragon Ball, bro. Just going through buildings and shit. He ended up just flat on his ass. I don't know how long he was down for. We'll say a couple minutes or some shit. I'm not sure. But yeah, what'd you guys think of the punch? Did it live up to your guys' expectations? Where does it rank on One Piece punches? What do you guys think?
It's got to be up there. It's got to be up there. Let's just add the facts to it. Nobody's touched him besides Bonnie stabbing him, and he let her stab him. This man punched this man with everything he had. Nobody has done that. And this is one of the five elders. That's a feat, and that deserves to be praised.
Yeah.
Y'all taking this over the Bellamy punch?
Ooh, the Bellamy punch. Okay, let me get into my thoughts real quick. It was a great punch.
Yes.
Compared to other aspects or other punches, like I said, I don't think it's up there with those. To me, the number one punch of all time is still Charlo, bro. The Celestial Dragon just getting punched by Luffy, bro. Like that shit was crazy at the time. And this is one of those instances too where it's never been done, right? People don't do this shit to these guys, to the Gorosei. So it is one of those instances, but to me, the number one is still Luffy punching the Celestial Dragon.
I wonder if that's heightened by the anime.
That's what I was finna say.
That could be. I was gonna say too, because I don't think none of us were reading the manga at that time. You guys weren't back then, right? So manga readers that you guys were on One Piece since then, let us know how this compares to that manga wise. Now, for sure, I think Jet brings up a great point of the anime, just seeing it and the impact and the color just fucking fading, bro. Like phenomenal. So this is probably one that we definitely got to look out for in the anime and see how they do it. And maybe we can have a better comparison as far as that.
It's going to be up there when it happens. I know it.
Well, I hope so. I do hope so. Because, yeah, that's a great point, Jet. That's a great point.
You know, one punch that is definitely lesser, but it's one of my favorites, is is Luffy's first con gun against Doflamingo. And that first impact. And it's kind of slow, because it kind of like, the impact is like there, and it's charging up, and then he lets it go. And Doflamingo went flying.
Mm-hmm. He had to instantly repair his organs. He was done.
And he's just going through buildings just like, God damn.
Yeah.
You guys still weren't reading the manga at that point, right?
No.
Because I heard in the manga that punch was fucking like it wasn't as dragged out as they made it seem in the anime. It was an actual punch, followed through, and that was it. The anime, obviously, like Jet said, they kind of slowed it down and he had to withstand it a little bit. But so yeah, that's another thing. Manga readers, let us know, please. Let us know, because like we said, this is I think this is the only punch I've seen, obviously, on manga format. So, but yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll take this over when he punched Garp at Marineford.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm just going through punches in my head.
Yeah,
like the singular punches.
Like the weight this punch holds is crazy. Like what he did, and for her, the fact that he went from one place to here, he ran all the way over here and punched it. Like it's crazy. The build up for that in the anime is gonna be insane. Like this punch is crazy.
Yeah, I hope so. It really does deserve it, and it doesn't need the justice in anime format. And color better be gone too. Like this is one of those. Color's gotta be gone. But going back into the chapter, so he gets punched. He's going through buildings. Regular Marines are just outside, like, what the hell is going on? Can we go investigate now? What's going on with that? And then it cuts to the lieutenants and the vice admirals and shit like that. And they're like flabbergasted, bro. They're like, oh my God, he just punched one of the highest authorities in the world. This is going to be headlines all over the place. That's a great point. Actually, just talking about it right now. You think this gets out? You think Saturn lets this get out?
He's trying. Well, when we get there, he's trying not to.
Right. Okay. That is true. That is true. So when we get to that is true. Damn, if this gets
Does
out
Kuma
though,
have a bounty?
He should. He's a pirate.
he should. Yeah, I think they deactivated obviously after he was
Yeah.
enslaved,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Wow.
he should. So then cut back to the chapters, and we get this embrace between father and daughter. Bonnie goes back into that child that she was when she last saw Kuma in all reality, and they're just hugging, embracing, and she's just bawling her eyes out. And such a touching moment, especially for me. I have a daughter, so obviously that's gonna get me. So I thought that was incredible scene panel to go to. Moving on into the next, and they're just like the impact I think of that, and thank you for the letters, and I saw your memories, and I know exactly what you went through, and she's just telling him all this, and he's kind of just like, because he's still a cyborg, right? His humanity's still like almost gone, so he's not really doing much. She's talking to him and stuff, and he's just holding her. So some part of him is still in there, but it's not fully him.
See now this chapter changes that, because we getting the information that we're getting from Vegapunk is that he didn't put a self-destruct button in him. It was to just turn it off. Like he shut everything
Kill switch.
down. Yeah,
Almost
kill,
like a
switch
kill switch.
for the control of over him. He's back to himself. He's just a cyborg. He's really just Frankie right now.
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, we'll see in the next chapters. I don't know if it's really like that, and we can go get into it because that's the next panels coming up. Saturn's finally getting up. He's like, "What's going on, Vegapunk? Explain this to me. What just happened?" Because I pressed that button, like Cody mentioned, days ago. And actually, this goes a callback to last chapter when he was yelling at Bonnie saying, "Your father's dead." And I was like, "How is he dead? We've seen him, right?" So obviously he thought he was dead. So he's asking Vegapunk what's going on. He's like, "I'm not sure what's going on. I guess it's only natural that this is because of love." And Jets mentioned this on the last one, and I could see the argument for it. But if this truly what it is that him himself, his love for his daughter and his protection for his daughter is what overrode everything, Kuma's top 5. Kuma's top 5 for me, bro.
I didn't know what you were gonna say.
Like, bro, this man straight up technology didn't have no effect on him. Kill switch didn't work. Why? Because he's there to protect his daughter. We can have that argument of Kuma top 5 now. I'm with Jet on that one now. So that was pretty cool to see. But yeah, so he's just like, I guess it's the power of love. This is crazy. And this, while he's explaining himself, you see Saturn kind of regenerating his arm, regenerating. I think a spider leg got blown off. Like he got fucked up with that punch, bro. Like his body got shredded. So he's just regenerating his limbs at this point. So that was a pretty cool and crazy scene to see. Moves on to the next panel of Saturn coming in for this. I guess he's about to stab him in the back or something. Frankie and Sanji get up and like, nah, you're not gonna make. Well,
That was
Sanji in particular, yeah, you're not gonna make her even sadder than she already is. Comes in, kicks the leg, kind of protects them. Frankie's about to just throw off a radical beam, I think is what it's called. Then in the midst of all this, you get Kizaru. Like, I guess he's getting up and finally coming to his senses. Gets the beam off. Frankie gets the beam off. Then you see Kizaru, and he hits Frankie. I was actually talking to Cody about this. I couldn't remember if it was Frankie but yeah, he does end up kicking Frankie. Frankie goes flying. So I thought that was a crazy scene. So let's go back to a theory that we had about feeding Luffy. If Kizaru's made that decision right then and there to go ahead and just kick Frankie and continue going on with his orders, do we still think Kizaru is the one that fed Luffy? Or what do you guys have new theories on this? What do you think?
I think it's still possible, but the thing is, like, maybe he's just trying to keep up appearance.
I like that theory. I've heard that too.
And I would agree, but like at this point, feeding Luffy, like you would only do that because you have this idea that, okay, maybe if we teamed up, this could work. So why feed him and then switch sides? That doesn't make sense. Like there's no, like, he's too in between if that were to be the case. That doesn't, like, it doesn't fit.
There's in between characters in One Piece though. That play
Yeah,
both
but
sides.
I'm saying in this case, how is feeding Luffy gonna even help your situation when at the end of the day you're gonna be with Saturn because Saturn is clearly beating everybody? So what? Why would you do that if it's not even gonna sway Luffy's side at all? Like that's like it didn't click to me. Like there's no reason for him to do that.
Well, he's a smart dude. He just probably knows that Luffy's the only one that can do anything.
Possibly, yeah. I'm not mad at that, and actually, that's still my theory. I hope Kizaru is still that guy, and he's gonna switch. He's just waiting for the opportune moment to do it. So I hope that's what it is. The other theory that I heard was it's Caribou. Caribou's the one that gave him the food. Luffy's missing all of a sudden. Nobody knows where he's at right now. So Caribou is the theory that he fed him the food. He got him out of there. What do you guys think about that?
See now, like thinking of it now, like I don't think it's him still, but another person came to my mind. But as far as him, I just don't see how it's like. That seems too much of a gag character for it to be in a serious situation to me.
That is true. That could be the thing, but we know this man is hidden in plain sight all the time that he's been on here, and they just don't see him. So I mean that's a theory they had even before this chapter came out, and it looks like a little more evident here now. I still think it's Kizaru, but maybe somebody to look out for on that point. You said you were thinking of somebody else, though. Who'd you think of?
Now, this is left field. There's two people in mind. This is completely left field. I forgot one of their name, but I believe his name was Bruno of CP0 or of CP9. I don't know if he's CP0 now. You know, the guy with the door fruit. It's possible that he could have opened a door and given Luffy the food, and which is why Luffy is gone, because he opened the door and took Luffy away without anybody noticing. And like I said, this is left field. Now, my second guess is one of Big Mom's daughters. I forgot the one with the mirror world. That's another one that could possibly be true.
Brule.
Obviously, we got to figure out a way to there's no way that it makes sense right now, but that's two things that it could explain, like how he got the food without anybody noticing and why he's missing right now. Like,
no, I mean, fair enough.
It has to be deeper than that.
Fair enough. You would think, right? I mean, we never know. We'll find out. I mean, and the next chapter, hopefully, or in the coming chapter. So we'll see on that.
Lucky Roo.
Moving on to the chapter, we're on the final page because this was I was talking to you guys about it. It seemed kind of short, but in reality, it was a lot of action, a lot of big panel type stuff, and that's what made it seem shorter. So then, you get Bonnie yelling, Vegapunk, Daddy won't move. She Atlas ends up carrying him to the lab. They're going to take him to the lab phase. Hopefully, they can fix his ass up and get him back. How would you guys feel if, like, damn, this dude, that's it. The kid, this is his moment, and he kind of saved his daughter, and it's time for him. Like, that's it. He's gonna die.
I'm fine with that. As his story and his life goes, and we've seen his backstory. It's the best ending for his character. He was able to reunite with her after being told you would never do that again, and he did it. He gave her what she needed. You know, she's happy now. She's fine with everything. If he dies, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like the typical story points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we get Kizaru's finally standing up, or not standing up, after the kick, and he's just standing in front of Saturn, and he's mentioning how now that Kuma has come, there's a lot of big names here. Saturn ends up saying, "Don't you think it's time to get this over with?" And this is what was interesting, and this is where I could serve a point to where Kizaru might be playing the both sides, but he's just waiting for his opportune moment. Vegapunk ends up making a little comment like, "You look quite sad right there." And he goes, "Yeah, it's really unsightly of me. I should have worn darker sunglasses." So Kizaru is still feeling the impact of all of this. Obviously, he has very deep connections with Vegapunk, and I forget the bodyguard. Who's the bodyguard? Damn.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm drawing a blank on him, but sent tomorrow, right? I think it's sent tomorrow.
Yeah,
sent tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sent tomorrow. So he's had connections. We saw that in past chapters and stuff like that. So obviously he's feeling the weight of that. And this could still be where he's waiting for his moment. You know, he might not want to fully turn on them. So we'll see later on into that. Then you get a shot of, I don't know how many ships are in this. You can count them, but supposedly I think there's upwards of like 15, 20 ships, something like that. And Saturn is just initiating the Buster call. It's time to obliterate Egghead. Let's get this off the map this time. And then it ends with Saturn's face on the panel, and he goes, "One who investigates secrets of the world, one who is descended from an extinct race, and one who awakened an ancient god. This island has become too problematic. Justice is closing in." So, I mean, he's ready to Buster call the whole thing. We got 3 issues for Saturn, and he's just done with it. What'd you guys think about the chapter overall?
Solid chapter, honestly. It's like right now where Egghead is. This is like the peak of the arc, and it's about to go crazy. This is about to be either somebody's dying. I feel there's no way somebody's not dying here. Kuma, it might be Kuma. That's what I'm thinking, but somebody's about to die.
Jet, what you think?
Yeah, this just adds to the legacy that is fucking Egghead. This arc is fucking amazing. I'm glad Oda made that punch connect. I was talking about that a lot in the last review. That shit was amazing. And with a fucking Buster call on the fucking horizon, like this shit's just gonna get even crazier to end the arc.
Robin having flashbacks.
Robin, I was gonna say Robin.
Yeah. So I just can't wait for the next chapter. I don't even know what else to say, man. I'm there.
Nice. Yeah, same. Great chapter. Go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, so I mean, things that aren't mentioned in the chapter that was brought to us by who did you watch that said this? So
Tekking actually brought this up. Tekking 101. So
credit to him. So apparently back in chapter 1092 when Kuma fought Akainu, he lost, and I had fact checked this. He did lose a chunk of his face, like was gone, and he lost a leg. In this chapter, he
a foot,
clearly
right?
has a foot. Yeah, a foot. And in this chapter, he has them both back. So like that damage is not there anymore.
So that's what Tekking was saying. Is this a fuck up by Oda? And he kind of just forgot to put that in. We were on a break for a little minute. It's been a little minute since we've been on a break. So did he just forget, or did he just regenerate, or something like that? He made a stop along the way. Tekken believes it was just Oda just kind of forgot some stuff. But the great Oda, we think there's always a purpose, right?
It's too recent for it to be a fuck up. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. That is crazy. But that was just a point brought up, and just thought you guys should know. Future chapters. I mean, obviously Cody alluded to Robin. I mean, we haven't seen her, I think, since the phone. No, she wasn't even in the phone call when they made that little phone call. I think it's been a little while since we've seen Robin.
It's been a minute. Yeah,
so hopefully, or Robin might have a big role to play as far as the Buster call and what she's how to react to that and stuff. So we'll see if something comes up with that. But yeah, this chapter overall was fantastic. This whole arc, like Jet mentioned, has been amazing so far. Let's see how this ends, man. Kuma just was elevated so much in so many people's eyes because of Egghead and his own backstory and his whole backstory, really. Well, this is probably the most backstory we've gotten with any character. So it was just an insane chapter. But yeah, any final thoughts, boys? Anything you guys want to bring up before we head out?
I was thinking back to Robin. In one of the past movies, one of the recent movies, I think they call a Buster call towards the end of them.
Oh,
just
okay.
To go to the point of how she would react.
Yeah. Was that Uda in Red? Film Red? No, right?
I want to say it was X. Is
yeah, X was Strong World, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But he turns into like a animated fucking monster at the end, and he was like a marine.
Shit. Oh, damn. Gold? Was it Gold?
No, it's not Gold. It's after Gold.
Damn. No, yeah, I can't remember them. It's been a minute since I've seen those movies.
Is it X? I feel like
X was Strong World, though, right?
Where's that movie?
I couldn't tell you.
Z. Wrong letter.
Oh, Film Z. Yeah.
I think that's the one where they call the Buster call on the island. I think.
Okay.
But we'd have to go back and look. But just to the point of how Robin would react, it's probably the same way. Like, she already has knowledge with that, so
yeah,
something cool to look at.
All right. Well, there you guys go. We appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And this is our second chapter review, so go ahead and give us some tips or the vibes, how you guys feeling it. Let us know down in the comments below. But in the meantime, make sure you keep it locked to LFG, where we got you covered in anything and everything in pop culture. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.